Well, it's a terribly sad day for the Collingwood Football Club, for the AFL, for everyone who loves football, but also for the city of Melbourne, because nobody epitomised Melbourne and its love affair with football and entertainment more than the great Lou Richards. He was a giant of our game, born in the shadows of Victoria Park. His family played over 900 games and represented Collingwood in 8 premiership sides, but also what he did with entertainment for football and sport. Lou Richards is a person who could be in the Logies Hall of Fame, the AFL Hall of Fame, the Collingwood Hall of Fame, the Publicans Hall of Fame. He's just an amazing man, and what a life he led.
In terms of a Collingwood person, he was universally loved. I know. Is that something that...
Yeah.
What struck a chord with people, do you think?
Lou was just great. He was this lippy rover, and his battles on World of Sport and league teams with Jack and Bob were fantastic. The fact that he and Jack played such a wonderful foil off each other. Jack, the ruckman from Richmond, Lou, the rover from Collingwood, who used to run around giving people a kick in the leg and in the shins and in the ankle. And then, as he used to say, he'd put iodine on his boots so that he wouldn't give them tetanus when he kicked them. That was what Lou was all about. He had this sense of humour, but he was a tough player. He was a great player, 250 games, 1953 premiership captain for Collingwood. He was everything, Lou. And as I said, from being a publican, from being probably the highest read journalist in probably sports history, if not journalistic history, at The Sun, 3DB, even Triple M he was on later in life, Channel 7, Channel 9, you name it, Lou did it, and did it with panache.
Does he deserve a state funeral then?
That's for the government of Victoria, but if anyone personified what it's like to be a Victorian, Lou Richards did, and that would be something fitting if people thought it appropriate.
Ed, we know what he achieved on the footy field and then post-football in his career, but what was he like? To describe the man.
Lou Richards was one of the most gracious and fun-loving people you could ever meet. He loved his club, Collingwood. Every time we spoke, it was all about how are the Pies going. He gave advice to everybody. He grabbed me as a young cadet reporter and took me under his wing, as he did Tony Jones and Sam Newman and so many other people. His knowledge of television and entertainment was first rate. If you have a look at him with George Burns and Muhammad Ali and international stars, he held his own as a performer and an entertainer on a world level. He held his own on the toughest battlefields of football as a footballer, and he was just an amazing man. He just had so much talent, but he was always giving of himself. And he and his wonderful wife, Edna, were true royalty in this town. They were stylish, they were debonair, they gave of themselves, they were the life of the party. They were just wonderful people, and it's a sad day for Victoria and for the AFL and the passing of the great Lou Richards.
And just on that, Ed, Lou, the family man,
yeah.
that beautiful relationship he had with Edna, he loved her with all his heart, didn't he?
He certainly did, and you know what, it was something that when you went to Collingwood functions and you saw Bob and Elsie Rose and Lou and Edna and all the families around, it was just beautiful to see. And later in life, Lou was dressed by Edna. She had fantastic class. She'd put the pocket chief in his pocket and have his tie, and he'd always looked immaculate on air. And it was Edna who'd be picking things out and looking after him and telling him when to be quiet. And they had an amazing love affair, and it was inspiring to see two people just so deeply in love all throughout their lives.
And you got the statue behind you of
Yeah.
Lou. Will Collingwood do anything this week before the game as a tribute?
Well, we'll of course, I've been in contact with his daughter Nicole, who was with Lou, and I spoke to her this afternoon. We'll offer all services of the club to honour Lou Richards. It's too early to say what we can do this week. We're playing away in GWS. Clearly the club will be wearing black armbands, but we'll speak to the family first and fit in with anything that they would like to do. But of course, Lou Richards will be given full Collingwood honours.
And do you think it's about time he made it into the AFL Hall of Fame?
That's for another day. This is the day of just... you don't have to give Lou any greater honours. Lou Richards is just Lou Richards. He is the person, as I said, who personifies more about Australian rules, what's good about it. The fact that he was a hard, goal-kicking, cheeky rover who played for the Magpies, who dominated television, radio and newspaper for generations, and really every footballer should come and lay a wreath in front of Lou Richards' statue today, because he was the man who brought entertainment, sport and the whole understanding of how big football could be to Australian rules football. Lou Richards is just a legend of the game.
Can you elaborate a bit more on the impact he had on your career? I'm sure you looked up to him as a junior.
Oh yeah, look, it's not about me today. It's about the feeling of everyone in the Collingwood family and the AFL, and to be honest, the media world. Just celebrates the life of Lou Richards. For me, he was a constant source of inspiration, whether it is as a little boy watching Lou on television. I remember one time walking around Broadmeadows collecting for a charity, and every house we went to, we didn't miss any of World of Sport because everyone was watching it. You watched every segment as you went through. It was quite incredible. But Lou was great because he was up for ideas, the dares, the fun. He was a great writer. He had a tremendous wit. He was so quick, and he also understood the medium so well. He was an amazing performer, but as I said a little bit earlier, the great thing about Lou was he was so generous in the way that he would give of his time and give of his advice to anybody who was there to listen, particularly young people. And I'm forever in his debt that he took me, and I know Tony Jones is exactly the same. He took us both under his wing and was a wonderful mentor.
Good on you.
Thanks, guys.